Alright guys, welcome to another video. As you all know, my name is Juan, and this is Goku Guidance. Alright guys, this is gonna be a timeline video on how long does it take for a man to get the benefits from semen retention. And I'm just gonna tell you from personal accounts. I don't really know for sure how long it'll take you, but this is my story. This is how I went into the semen retention and how long it took me to get to where I am today. So the first few days they're tough. They're tough because you just left the websites, you just left the adult content. And the first couple of days is easy, right? You're like, okay, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And after a good week or so, maybe a little bit after a good week, the urges come back, and they come back strong. They come back strong. You go online, and as soon as you see a good-looking woman, you automatically relate that to PMO. It could be a woman, it could be a cartoon character, an anime. It just pops out in every other website that you go to. And you do get pains. You get pains in your groins, and you kind of. I wouldn't say that it's anxiety, but the urges are so strong that me personally, I started to like shake, kind of like quivering, and I would have to like go outside or something, go outside and go for a walk and get my mind off of that because the urges were so strong that the eye hand connection, it just makes you want to do these things. And the first few weeks are the hardest. Maybe anywhere between the first 3 weeks to the first maybe 2 months, it's quite possibly the hardest. So that happened. I didn't start noticing anything. I didn't start noticing any more strength or any more stamina until maybe about a good month in, maybe about a good month and a half, when I started feeling a difference in sleep quality. I started feeling a difference in strength. I started feeling a difference stamina. And I could just go longer for whatever I was doing. Now, me personally, I've always been a person that has always worked out, whether it is in sports, whether it is in just going outside to do some pull-ups and stuff, whether it is in the gym, or whether I just go out for a walk or a jog. So I've always been active my whole life. So and you're like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Like, being active helps promote more testosterone. It helps you generate more testosterone because what it is, it just makes you more hungry, so you eat more food, and that food gets processed through the whole body, through the organs, through the blood, and it eventually ends up becoming semen because you're intaking more food. So usually being somewhat fit helps you helps you get the benefits faster. So it took me roughly about a month and a half so I can feel the energy levels go up. So that was that. Let's see. The mental clarity. The mental clarity started coming up maybe about anywhere between the 2 months and 2.5 month period where the anxiety went down, the stress went down, the just any negative feelings that I had went down. My level of tolerance increased. I would get less angry or less irritated at certain things. Um, I can tolerate more. Just I wouldn't be depressed or any kind of negative feelings at all. And I've been practicing intermittent fasting for about 4 years now. So the fasting also helps. It also helps. Um, it, it 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 helps with boosting up your testosterone. This is the way fasting works. So when you have fats and you're working out, your testosterone goes up because you're building muscle. And then you build you build a sort of surplus of fats, and your testosterone goes up. You start getting like chubby per se, right? Your testosterone goes up because you're chubby, you're lifting more weights, your endurance increases. And then once you get to a certain point, me personally, then I start doing the fast, and the testosterone increases when you start losing. Once you from going chubby to being moderately fit, your testosterone increases even more. And then you go up to where you're like super lean, super chopped in. Your testosterone gets to a certain peak, and then you literally just get too skinny, and then your testosterone just goes down to the floor. It just goes to the floor. You can't work out for more than like 20-30 minutes without being sore, without being tired, without being exhausted. And then you're thinking, well, isn't that bad for you? Yes, it's bad for you to be too lean. But this is the thing. This is what I personally like to call it's called the slingshot effect. This is what I call the slingshot effect. Okay, so you go from working out to increasing your testosterone, to eating a lot more food to increasing your testosterone, to getting to a level towards where you're starting to get a little chubby, and you increase your testosterone even more, and then you intermittent fast, and then that testosterone just shoots up all the way to where you're like skinny mini, and you're like you kind of look like a supermodel, like all super chopped in and stuff, and then you just go down to like your testosterone just goes down to nothing. And then you're reintroduced eating again. You start eating normal. You start eating like big, like if you're on a weight gain program. You start getting to a normal amount of strength and a normal amount of testosterone and fat. Your testosterone damn near doubles. You come back leaner but stronger than what you were before you went into that fast. That's another reason why I've been practicing intermittent fasting for the past 4 years, on and off in those same cycles. You kind of go into like a volume phase or a weight gain phase, so that you gain the strength, and then you chop in, and then your testosterone goes to the floor, and then you come back and do it again, and it comes right back again. And I noticed that doing that made my testosterone come back, or my testosterone come back stronger. I just felt overall good. And like I said, guys, the the mental clarity started coming to me. I started being more relaxed. Also, one thing that I've noticed is the more fat I have in me personally, the higher the level of the lower the level of stress I have. The lower the fat you have, and just this is just because like when you're hungry, like you tend to get stressed out easier because you haven't eaten in like however long you've been fasting for. The fastest, the longest fast that I've done so far is about 6 days, and you start to get a little bit irritated at damn near everything that like just because you spill some water, like it just irritates you. So I did. So yes, it is important for you to have fat in you, and also the reason why I tell people to eat lots of fat is because testosterone is derived from fats, and you'll just get those benefits even that much quicker. So yes, very important to do your intermittent fasting, as well as a good balanced diet with high in fats. That's why I recommend people to, like, if you're chubby, to start on a ketogenic diet. But if you already lean and stuff, just eat normal food. Just make sure that you just eat a lot of fat. So it took me about maybe about almost about 2.5 months to get the mental clarity. But then check this out. Um, when I started my journey, then I started doing the sunbathing as well. The sun I was sunbathing, because I didn't know, like, I'm the kind of person that likes to go all out. I go all out on everything that I do. Like, if I'm gonna go work out, I make sure that I go all out. If I'm gonna buy, like, let's say a PC, I make sure I go all out. I buy the best whatever. I go all out. If I'm gonna build a if I'm gonna build anything in general, I make sure I go all out. So me, I'm the kind of person that likes to go all out. So I also started doing the sunbathing, and I was out in the sun for like literally like over an hour, 2 hours a day for roughly about 3 months. And I was like way 10, like, and like, is it bad for you? Well, yes and no, especially if you've never been in the sun. So I would highly recommend for you guys, if you guys are gonna start sunbathing, to just moderately do it. Don't go like me and go all out, unless you want to be cool like me and go all out, then go all out, you know. um but that's just me. So I did that, and the sun baths also help you increase your testosterone, yet making the semen retention even, it makes the benefits come to you faster. The stamina, the strength, the fasting, the mental clarity. So that happened to me. Okay. And I this is what's a trip. In at the 3 month mark, I started noticing with my own eyes. I had the tan going. I had the nutrition going. I had the working out going. I was doing a lot of jogging and stuff, a lot of jogging and pull-ups and stuff, and I was lifting weights as well. So I had all these things going for myself. And like I said in one of my videos, these things stack. They stack on top of each other like a stack of books. I know, and I noticed women. They were they I noticed damn near like 90% of the women were staring at me everywhere I go. I noticed it. And I started putting two and two together. I was like, well, if one plus one equals two, and then this is what I did. I started just taking my shirt off. I just started taking my shirt off. And with the female attraction that came 3 months after that, the self confidence started just going through the roof. Poof. I started doing things that I would normally not do. I started practicing nunchucks. I started practicing my jump roping. I started, like, I've always jogged, right? I've always jogged, but I started taking my shirt off like during my workouts. And you're like, well, Well, what does that have to do with anything? Because your self confidence is so high that whether you're fat, skinny, strong, buff, it doesn't matter. You're just like, hey man, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. If people are gonna look, they're gonna look. And lo and behold, like I had people staring at me left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. Especially the women. And you know what's crazy? Like how do you know? How do you know that women like you and like they're all into you and that they're staring at you and they're not just looking at you because you're working out without your shirt? I go to the park and do pull-ups and stuff, pull-ups and push-ups and all that stuff. So I get my workouts in the park. But how do you know that they're actually looking at you? Because when women see you, they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They just start playing with their hair. Like the one thing that I notice about women is that they automatically start with the hair. They start fixing their hair. That's what I started noticing. Like it's like I said, like it's like in that movie The Matrix where Neo dies and then he comes back. But when he comes back, he's like he's doing this number and it's like I see everything. Like it's been there the whole time. Everything has been there literally the whole time. Like if some girl liked me before, it's been there. If some girl thought that I was attractive, it's been there the whole time. Well, what's the difference? It's because you're holding in your semen, you're holding in your life essence, you're holding in your vitality, you're holding in all of these nutrients, and these nutrients are actually working for you. Not only are you emitting emitting like some sort of aura around you, but it also helps your skin glow, especially if you go outside and you tan yourself. And you know, if you tan yourself, your tan will just it'll look great. If you take care of yourself, like eating right, and you're doing the intermittent fasting, the intermittent fasting will make it towards where you're like nice and lean and chopped in, especially if you're working out. And you'd be surprised how many women like muscular men. I'm not like a bodybuilder or anything like that, but you know, I got a little bit of muscle. Like I'm not like the biggest dude you've ever seen, because I'm really not. I go to the gym and there's dudes out there that can bench press 405, and these guys are like giants compared to me. 405 on the bench press, me bench pressing 225. Literally, as I'm doing my bench press, just you know, they're just these guys can pick me up and just toss me across the room. So I'm not the biggest dude, and I'm certainly not the most handsome guy in there. Like, and that's another reason why I shave my head, because I want no female attention. Like it's like a deterrent. It's like it's like that cat spray that you spray around like your backyard, so like cats don't come in and like try to pee on your lawn or whatever. It's like it's a deterrent. Does it help? It it, it doesn't help that much. It really doesn't help that much. But you know what's crazy about women is that a lot of women will talk all this good game about like, oh, I don't date dudes with like I don't like bald dudes. Then I'm not bald. Like I have hair. I just shave my head because I don't want any attention. Even though it causes the exact opposite. It sounds stupid, but it causes the exact opposite. Because here comes some bald guy. But anyways, like women will not they won't like any woman that says I won't date a bald dude, as soon as like a bald dude comes in, and if you're on retention, and if you take care of yourself, and if you sunbathe, um they'll all that'll just go out the window. Like, oh no, I like him. I thought you don't like bald dudes. Well, I don't like bald dudes, but I like this guy. women are a trip. But anyways, I started feeling my self confidence started boosting at the third month, and it's because that like the self confidence went up because I was getting a lot of female attraction, a lot of female attraction. Didn't matter where I went, and then I started putting it to the test as well. I started just this is what I started doing. Like it may sound strange or whatever, but this is what I started doing. I started going to different gyms. I started going to any gym that I could, and I just started doing my thing. I wasn't there to try to cause attention, but I would just sit there and do my own workouts, and I would kind of look around the gym, and I would notice that a lot of people were staring at me. A lot of people were staring at me. Women were staring at me. Men were staring at me. That's when I started noticing a lot of people hating because like your confidence is so high up. Your confidence is so high up that it's almost like people can see that you're confident. Like I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can. Like you're not caring what you look. I don't care what I look like. I really don't care what I look like. Like I don't have a whole lot of money or anything like that. So I just kind of just dress however I dress. I just put a regular on shirt on. I put some regular shorts, and I just go to any gym, and if and it's crazy, like people don't care what you look like. People don't care what you look like. If you're on retention, and if you take care of yourself to some extent, you can be wearing a shirt with holes on it, and people will be like, oh man, that guy is just that guy's on, he's handsome, or he's this or he's that, he's cute or whatever, right? And that happened to me around the third month. And, and anything else, well, no. It's just I guess that's it on that. um Once you get these benefits, the mental clarity, the strength, the your depression and all of that stuff goes down. That's it. You've made it. You've have basically have gone through what semen retention feels like. Does it get any better than that? Well, no. Like do me personally, do I still feel um like how can I word this? Basically, I still feel the exact same as like at my third month. Like I don't feel like nothing's changed. um because I get women attention all the time. I'm still doing the same things. Like my anxiety, or my low emotions, I don't feel them anymore. And if I do, like usually when I get angry or upset, I'll get angry because whatever, right? Whatever happened, the cat probably took a poop on the towel or whatever, and it gets irritating. And I usually would get, because my cat did that like not too long ago. It just pooped on the towel on the floor. But I got angry, and I get angry at stuff like people irritate me on the street. I usually get angry for about 10 minutes, and then it's like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. I still get the female attraction, but being in semen retention and getting these benefits, it's kind of like being rich. Kind of like you going from having no money to just all automatically after 3 months or 6 months or however long it took you to get to that point in your life, to just getting $1 million. And you're like, well, how? Like, explain. Like, how did you figure? Because Like once you've gotten to this point in your life, and if you were to ask a millionaire, hey, you know what it feels like to be broke, right? It's like, yeah. Would you ever go back to that lifestyle? They will tell you no. Would you ever go back to being poor? No, no, no. Like you become so accustomed to this lifestyle, you become so accustomed to the envy, you become accustomed to, like, it's crazy. Like people take pictures with me all the time. Like I can just be walking down the street and like, hey man, can I take your picture, or can I take a picture with you? And in my head you would be like, dude, I'm not. Some dude thought I was Vin Diesel. Some dude literally thought I was Vin Diesel. Say, hey man, you Vin Diesel? I'm like, no man, can I take a picture with you? Sure. I don't know. I don't know. But people to this day still want to take a picture with me, and I don't know half of these people. I don't know them. And you become accustomed to this, and it to the hatred. You become accustomed to the women attraction. You become accustomed to the not getting irritated, to the energy levels. My energy levels are so high that people envy that you have a high energy levels. People envy that I'm in the gym for 3 hours a day. People envy that. People don't like that. And like some people come up to me and they ask me, it's like, hey man, like, don't you get tired? I'm like, no dude, what do you mean you don't get tired? Like, what do you eat? I just eat regular food. You take any supplements? I don't take any supplements. I don't take any supplements. I don't even take creatine. And you're like, well, why not? Well, just to be blunt, like I don't have any money to go out and buy it, dude. Like that's just it. If I had money, like honestly, if I had money, like I would go out and buy creatine. I'd probably get me some zinc vitamins. I'd probably get me some. I used to take Tonkat. I used to take it, like I was taking it last year in that Tonkat Alley. I saw it in a Huberman podcast, and that stuff, it makes you strong. It makes you strong. But I really would. I would go out and buy these things and get even stronger and have more stamina. But I just have it just because the mere fact that I'm just retaining. And and the creativity and all that comes along with it. I've always been a creative person. I like it's just the creativity just gets more. I guess it just magnifies. What's crazy about the creativity also as well? Like when you're trying to like create stuff. I started creating videos. My old videos were like AI. They weren't AI generated, but they were with clips of like Goku and stuff. And I started doing that as well because my creativity was up. Because men like to create things. We like to create art. So I guess that's that, guys. So I guess the timeline is gonna go a little bit something like this, and like this isn't like I'm not telling you that, oh, in 3 weeks I'm gonna feel like this. It's like, no, like everybody is an individual. Like everything is personal, but this is something around what you're gonna end up experiencing as well. The longer you're on retention, and the the thing that helped me out a lot was the clean eating, the sunbathing, the cold exposure, the taking the cold showers, um, and just sleeping your 8 hours a day, just sleeping every day, just like I sleep. Like, oh, how do you recover so fast? I sleep, bro. Well, that doesn't work for me. It's like, well, are you retaining? No. They don't even, like, most people don't even know what that is. Like, what do you eat? Oh, I eat a bunch of crap. It's like, that's why you're not recovering, dude. So that's what helped me out. So the timeline goes a little bit something like this. Anywhere from the first month, you will hurt. It'll hurt. It'll hurt because the mind wants to connect with what the eye sees. So first the eye sees, and then the mind knows. Oh, I've seen this movie before. I know exactly what I'm gonna do because this is my favorite part of the movie. So it connects the brain with the hand, right? And if you're not used to not PMO, if you're not used to doing that, like your whole body will start to hurt because you want it so bad. Like you want it so bad. Like it was so bad that I started shaking because like I just kind of just wanted to just get it over with. And I was like, no, man, like I have to do it. I have to do it. So that happened to me like the first 3 weeks of the first month. Um, then I started getting the energy within maybe about a month and a half. The mental started coming in. The mental benefits started coming in at roughly about two 2 months and a half, and finally, like when you reach the peak, the mountain, it took me about 3 months. 3 months to get my self confidence, to get my skin glowing, to get my eyes glowing, to make that eye connection with people when you have conversations with them, especially with women. When you look at a woman's eyes, like I don't look away. Like I don't look away from nobody. Like I you can usually tell if a man is playing with themselves, but just doing prolonged eye contact with them. Do the eye contact, and they usually they usually end up looking away first. They'll either look down on the floor and submit, or they'll pretend like they didn't see anything. Like, oh, look at that bird. As I do, we're indoors. Oh, there's a spot over there in the ceiling that, yeah, that needs to be looked at. Like, but yeah, and then once you reach that, the sky's the limit, guys. The sky's the limit. Any job or any endeavor that you do will benefit from you being in that organization. Any organization would love will you will become an asset to that company or to that group, just because it'll turn you into a real leader. It'll turn you into a real leader. You will it, the saying goes that a man that can slay his sexual desires can lead other men to do the same thing as well. And it'll turn you into a real leader. It'll turn you into a man. People will come up to you to ask you for your advice on anything. On anything. They will come up to you as like, hey man, I'm working on this project, and like they'll show you some guy showed me his graph, and it's like, what do you think? Like, dude, I only went to middle school. He was showing me his project from school. From like I guess this guy's going to university, and he's showing me his graph. And I'm like, bro, like, like I didn't tell him this, but in my head I'm like, dude, I only went to middle school, dude. Like, I don't know what this is. What do you think about it? I think it looks great. I think it looks great. I ain't lie to him. He just kind of showed it to me like, oh, well, I was thinking of putting green with gray and blue. Like, what do you think? I'm like, the green with the gray looks good. He's like, oh, okay, I'll go with that. I'll go with what you said. It's like, well, you don't have to go with what I said. But people will take your advice. People will take your advice, especially in the things that you're knowledgeable about. Like me, for example, like I just know a lot about nutrition, and I know a lot about like working out and all this stuff. It's like, why? Because I have a lot of experience, because I've been doing it for a while. People will come up to you and they'll ask you for your help. It's just insane. People will come up to you and they'll ask to take a picture with you. They'll ask you to teach them. They'll ask they'll it, you be and you're like, well, why? Because like people know, like subconsciously or consciously, people know that you know some things. Like, how would they possibly know? I couldn't tell you. But one thing that they do know is that they can see, and what they're looking at, they're looking at a complete man. They're looking at a real man. That's really what they're looking at. They're like, here comes it. They don't know that I'm sexually restrained, because it's like I said, like I don't go up to anybody and tell them, well, I'm sexually restrained. Like, I it's stupid. But they know, here comes a real man. Here comes a man with discipline. Here comes a man that knows what he's talking about. Here comes a man that does this. Here comes a man that does that. They know, because like it only takes a couple of seconds of looking at a person, and you know. Like, people that see me, they know that I'm not on steroids. It's like, how would they know? Because, dude, like I would be walking around like this, and people know. It's like, yeah, it's natural. The smart people know that it's natural. The ones that are not so smart, they usually like, and these are usually the haters, the people that are not on semen retention, the people that have no restraint on anything, just talking under their breath. Oh yeah, that the only reason why this guy is because he's on steroids. It's like, whatever, dude. But anyways, it will turn you into a complete man. It'll turn you into a complete man. And the benefits haven't stopped, and they won't stop. You just like, the thing about, once you reach the peak of the mountain, is that it's not that the benefits stop. It's just that you don't feel them, because you're accustomed to the lifestyle. That's what it is. You're accustomed to everything. You're already accustomed to the hate. You're already accustomed to the energy levels. You're already accustomed to the mental fortitude, to the creativity. You're already accustomed to the female attraction. You're already accustomed to everything. So like, none of that bothers you. It's crazy. At first, like, I actually like the attention. It's like, well, what about now? Like, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that sometimes, like, I'd rather not have it. Sometimes I'd rather not have it. And then sometimes, like, it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes it does go over your head, and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at me. But anyways, guys, um, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. It'll really help me out. It'll really help the channel out. It looks like we have over 200 subscribers. That was the goal. The goal now is to go for 300, and hopefully we can hit that goal. And as you know, um, I really appreciate all the love and support. I really appreciate all your comments. If I haven't gotten to one of you guys' comments, feel free to comment. Ask me anything in case I missed anything. Same thing with ideas for videos. If you have any idea for a video, like, hey, can you teach us about so and so, I would gladly go ahead and make that video for you guys, in case you guys need a little bit more information on that. And that's it for today, guys. As you all know, my name is Juan, and this has been Goku Guidance. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.